book can take you anywhere. Turn the pages and you'll be there. Come on, join us, you'll see. We're reading with Carylee.
Hi, friends, and thank you for joining us for another Read with Carylee, where we have authors from all over the world coming to read their story to you. And today we have another wonderful author, Miss Dionne Bowen, and I'm going to turn it over to you, Dionne, to see where you are reading to us from today.
Hello, Carylee. Hi, everybody. I'm reading to you from London in the UK.
Awesome. You are our first author from London.
Yay!
So
representing
welcome.
Northwest London. Yay.
Yes, absolutely. We have some royalty from England coming over to the US. So we are so thankful to have you.
Thank you.
And today you will be reading Nia's story.
Yes,
A very sweet story. And I definitely want to hear more about Nia's story. And I know our friends would love to hear about Nia's story as well, too. So, friends, I'm just going to give you a reminder. Make sure you hit subscribe and you ring that bell so you do not miss any of the stories that are coming here to Read with Carylee. So without further ado, Dionne, I'm going to turn it over to you and you can read Nia's story.
Okay, so the story begins. Ding, ding, ding. It was 10:15 and the large copper bell rang, signalling playtime. For the children at Bigglesgate Primary, the copper bell was like music to their ears. This was their favorite sound. The 10:15 bell meant that for 15 minutes, they were free. Each and every child, each little boy and girl used the time wisely. Playtime was oh so valuable. Many of the boys would play football, getting into position and pretending to be their favorite players. I'll be Andre Johnson, one boy would shout. Today I'm Ryan Ramirez, another boy would yell. Let's go. Some would play Super Spies, sneaking around the playground, quietly trying to listen to their teachers' private conversations. Little girls would race, giggle, and play tennis. I'll be Victoria Igar, one girl would exclaim. Today, I'm Charlene Joseph, another girl would announce. My serve. Other girls would just sit and talk about this and that. Playtime was an important time for the children at Bigglesgate Primary, and each and every child loved to play. This was no different for Nia. Usually, she would happily hop, skip, jump, run, race, and sing with her friends, but for some reason, today was different. Today was a day that Nia began to notice the differences between her friends and her, and they had started to notice the differences too. Sarah sat beside Nia. Sarah was one of Nia's best friends. Sarah was very pretty. My hair is long and blonde, said Sarah. I can run my fingers through it and it stays lovely and straight all day long. Why does your hair stand so high? Why is your hair so thick? Inquired Sarah. I'm not sure, Nia replied. It just is. Penny sat beside Nia. Penny was one of Nia's best friends. Penny was very, very pretty. My skin is light, and when something makes me happy, my cheeks turn pink and I blush. Why can't you blush? Why is your skin so dark? Quizzed Penny. I'm not sure, Nia replied. It just is. Chloe sat beside Nia and the others. Chloe was one of Nia's best friends. Chloe was very, very, very pretty. My eyes are the colours of the sky and the sea, and sometimes they even look green. My eyes are so clear that you can see through them as if they were glass. Your eyes are not like glass or the sea. Why are your eyes so brown? Inquired Chloe. I'm not sure, Nia replied. They just are. When the school day was over, Nia ran through the school gates with her head down. She didn't want to speak to her friends, she didn't want to speak to her friends, she just wanted to get away. Nia held her big cousin Akela's hand tightly, but on the walk home, Nia didn't say a single word. That night, when Nia got home from school, she didn't feel like eating the delicious dinner that Mummy had made. She didn't feel like playing with Daddy, and she didn't even feel like talking to Akela the way she usually did. She just wanted to be alone. Nia asked to be excused from the dinner table and went up to her room. Nia sat on her bed, and for the first time ever, she felt truly crestfallen and down. She tried to run her fingers through her hair the way that Sarah had done with her own earlier that day. Sarah was right. Nia's hair was too thick. She couldn't do it. Her fingers would get caught in her tight and tiny curls. Penny was right too. Nia's cheeks didn't change color when she was happy or embarrassed. Nia's skin appeared to stay the same color regardless of how she was feeling. Chloe was right too. Nia's eyes were not glass-like, and you certainly couldn't see through them. While sitting upon her bed, Nia turned the pages of the many fairy tales from her bookshelf and realized that none of the princesses looked like her. They looked like her friends at school. Their hair was flat and cascaded down their backs, their cheeks blushed, and their eyes were the colors of the sky and the sea. Nia wondered why she wasn't pretty like the girls at school or the princesses in her storybooks. Nia looked in the mirror and cried. Mummy knew something was wrong. Nia was far too quiet. Mummy walked into Nia's room and sat gently next to her. What's wrong, my darling child? Mummy asked tenderly. With tear-filled eyes, Nia gazed up at Mummy's kind face and asked a question that had been bothering her all day. I don't look like the princesses in my books. Am I not pretty? Mummy warmly wrapped both arms around Nia and began to speak. Nia, your hair grows towards the sky because you are close to the heavens. It is strong and thick with twists and curls. It coils because it is complex and strong like you are. Nia, your dark brown skin glistens because it has been kissed by the sun. Look closely at your skin tone. You are highlighted with Caribbean golden sunsets and African starlight. You don't blush, my darling girl, you glow. Nia, your eyes are the colors of deep fire agate. They shine like precious, unusual stones. They are so dark and so deep that those who truly look into them will discover that the depths of your spirit have endless stories untold. My darling girl, not everyone will understand your beauty, but it's important that you know within yourself how wonderful, unique, special, and well-crafted you are. Your heart is pure and every part of you is surrounded with love, warmth, and excellence. No mistakes were made in the creation of you. You are the universe and you are simply beautiful. After Nia had spoken to Mummy, she felt tingly. She felt special. Most of all, she felt proud. The next day, Nia strolled through the school gates with her head held high. Nia now knew that the other girls were very, very, very pretty, but that she was simply beautiful. The end.
Well, of course, that was a very beautiful and touching story.
Thank
And
you.
I love being able to bring authors on that teach young girls, especially, young girls of color, to love their skin and love their hair and
their
love
hair
the
and
beauty within
everything
them.
about them.
Yes,
All of that magic,
absolutely.
all of that lovely magic, yeah.
Yes, it is magic.
It's magic.
Yes, and friends at home, I told you you would not be disappointed. So, of course, I see the main theme of the book, but why exactly did you write this story?
I wrote Nia's story. Actually, I was about 7 months pregnant with Nia. I have two daughters, actually, Nia and Jahari. So I was 7 months pregnant with Nia at the time. And it was supposed to be my first gift to my firstborn. So just in case I wasn't ever around, or in case she ever felt sad, I wanted to just give her these these words of encouragement, to know that she was wonderful and fantastic and beautiful, and that's why I'd written it.
Oh, that is so
Yeah.
touching and heartwarming
Yeah.
on its own.
Yeah.
And these words are definitely ones that all little girls should know. And if they're ever questioning their beauty, they can definitely look to Nia's story to
Thank
be
you.
able to know that they are special and they are beautiful. So it's not just a gift to your daughter,
No,
it's
it's a
a
gift to
gift.
all of our
Yes,
daughters. Yeah,
yes,
celebrating all of our
absolutely.
girls. Yes.
Yes. So, with you celebrating your daughter and all of our girls, I know you have a company that actually does that. Can you tell us a
I
little bit more about that?
do. Thank you for asking. Yes, my company's called Simply Beautiful World, and the website is simplybeautifulworld.com. And yeah, it's all about celebrating little Black girls and girls of color. It's about basically confidence building. There's loads of activities, because I'm actually a teacher as well. I'm a teacher and an educational specialist, as well as a mum of two wonderful girls.
Okay.
So there are loads of resources on there about Black history, confidence building, mindfulness, just a really holistic approach to just being and raising happy individuals. And also I've created a bunch of merchandise basically celebrating girls of color, Black girls and girls of color. Would you like me to show you something?
Oh, yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
while we're here. So I've got like backpacks, so that's Nia. That's
Okay.
Bihari, and just
Yes.
basically the characters are based on people that mean a lot to me. So there's a character that looks like my best friend, or one of my best friends. Character looks like my mom and my
Mhm.
daughters and my niece Kayla. So yeah.
Well, that is a wonderful thing that you are actually
Thank
bringing to the world,
you.
so that young girls, Black and brown young girls, could see
Yeah,
themselves and celebrate themselves. So
that's the
yes,
plan.
that is amazing. So
Thank you.
seeing all of these books that are coming out now that are celebrating girls of color, and
Yeah.
doing these confidence boosters for our young girls, was there a book that stood out to you that possibly helped you when you were
There
growing up?
There was, and at the time, do you know what? There was only one that I knew of in the UK at the time. I'm growing up in the 1980s, and it was actually called Amazing Grace. I don't
Oh,
know if you've seen
yes.
that one. Yeah, by
Yes, I have.
yes, by Mary
I'm very
Hoffman.
familiar.
Yeah, and so that was so my mom used to read that to me. My mom and dad used to read that to me when I was little, and it was literally the only book that I'd ever seen with a Black child on the front cover. I didn't know they existed before that point. So yeah, and that again was about a little Black girl realizing that she could do absolutely anything and achieve anything she wanted. So that's definitely been a major influence in my life and my literary journey.
That is awesome. And absolutely, like, we now in the US have a female vice president of color of Jamaican heritage. So
Yes,
I'm a little,
yes, yes.
I'm very proud of
It's a
that.
good time. It's a good
Yes,
time.
it's definitely a great time for
Yeah,
young girls to rise up and see themselves in um, in people that hold
yeah,
great positions.
yes.
So yes, I definitely thank you for even venturing to take the step to write this book and to create the
Thank
company
you.
that you
Thank
have.
you. Thank
So
you.
will we be seeing more of Nia, or is
Oh,
there another book?
absolutely. Absolutely. So we've got so I'm working with an amazing artist called Ray Russells on a book called From Old Town to Beautyville, and that is actually and that's all about Nia and her friends, because basically they're little superheroes, and it's their origin story of how they got their blessing gifts, and how they become these heroes that help to make their world a more beautiful place. So that's what's coming next. Yeah.
Oh, I'm excited. I'm excited to hear about that. And I cannot wait for that to come out. Do you have a tentative release date, or?
I'm trying not to pressure the artist too much, but I'm definitely hoping by the summertime. I'm hoping by June or July we'll be able to release From Old Town to Beautyville. That's the plan.
Oh, that's amazing. Well, I am so grateful that you came all the way on by.
Thank you for having me.
From the UK. Yes, it's so great to be able to have different authors from around the world. And I'm so grateful for what you are doing in uplifting
Likewise.
little girls and just making this such a better place through literature. And we can't wait to see what else is coming from Miss
Thank
Dionne Bowen.
you. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. It's an
Yes,
honor. I love your work. Thank you
absolutely.
so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much. All right. Well, friends, we traveled to the UK today. Where are we going to travel next? Just make sure you stay tuned to another episode of Read with Carylee. And again, we thank you, Miss Dionne Bowen, and friends, we
Thank
thank you
you.
for joining us today. And remember to always grab a book and read. We'll see you next time.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching another amazing episode of the Read with Carylee Show. We have amazing authors coming by every week. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe below. You don't want to miss a thing.